Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Golden Kamuy season 4 episode number 8 reaction. So the previous episode it was the beginning of our Golden Kamuy after a long wait, a long hiatus. And yes, we are back again with this crazy show. And what happened is obviously Ashripa met Surumi, and like here we have to take a decision. What Surumi was trying to do is trying to separate Ashripa with Sugimoto again, and like they realize what's going on. Sugimoto's like, nope, I'm not having this, and they decide to get away from there. And all the obviously like our team that we had with us, that is Koito and Tsukishima, they were originally Surumi's people, so they obviously are like against us now. However, Tanigaki is with us, so yeah, and also what's his name? Shiraishi. Yeah, Shiraishi is also with us. So yeah, uh, we fight like like there was like a little battle that happened over there. Sugimoto kind of got a little bit wounded, and he also kind of wounded Koito back because he kind of went berserk again almost. So we're able to get out of that whole situation, board a ship, go away from there, and on the way we also take that guy with us. I don't actually remember his name. I need to check out his name. The sniper dude, who has a vendetta against Ogata. And having him with us was like a boon because of his like eyesight and his sniper capabilities. Even after we left off in the middle, of the in the ice sheets, we left off there and started walking. Sumi wasn't able to follow us. So like everything's going well in that direction. We are off to Hokkaido. So is Ogata. Ogata is following us. So this should be interesting. Surumi is also going in a different direction, trying to get us. So like again, like crazy stuff is going on. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, episode number 8. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles on that time right here. Sync it to whichever is a preference, and let's begin. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. What's happening here? It's like, is a bear chasing him or something? Oh my god, yup. Oh boy. Damn! Yo, this scene. Alright, okay, nah. Alright, something weird is happening here. What? Alright, that didn't happen. Okay. I'm guessing that's like either like a dream or some weird thing happening. Someone's probably high on drugs and they're like getting like seeing these scene or something like that. Okay, let's see what brown bear man. Ah, all right. Yes. All right. Yep, everyone's here. Hmm. Steal the skins. Okay. Hmm. All right. Interesting. That'll be difficult though. Yeah. Hmm. Wenkamui. Wenkamui. What is? Oh, bear. Okay. Wenkamui. Oh, interesting. Oh. All right. That's a lot in this day and age. 50 yen. Yeah. Okay. Oh my God. Yo. Oh. Damn. Who is this? Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. Yo, he reminds me of that dude. The crazy dude in season one. The one who murdered people and. Yeah. What the? Who the? Noriko. Okay. Oh, interesting. Oh, yeah, like Sugimoto never did this. Oh. Okay. Imagine finding a gold over there immediately. Oh, never mind. Yeah, it's gold over there. Good God. 4 hours. Uh, or maybe that person was extremely lucky. There you go. Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah. There you go. White. Gold red. Oh, platinum. Damn. Oh, interesting. Wait, isn't platinum more expensive than gold? I guess back in those days. Oh, there you go. Yeah, fountain pen. Oh, oh, interesting. I see. Yeah, and that's why he came here and bought a lot. I'm guessing platinum. There you go. Yeah. All right. Ah! Let's get the platinum. Oh my god, yo, the bear is watching us. When Kamuy? Oh wait, is he like hallucinating or something? Is that why he saw that weird scene? Okay. Is there any footprints? Yeah. There you go. So he's hallucinating or something. Or maybe not. Oh wow, he draws really nice. Damn. Okay. Damn. Yeah, that makes sense. Wow. Oh god. Hmm. Oh, is it a gift? Uh, oh, maybe that is why he's just so paranoid about. Okay, extra information. All right. Yeah, and Immortal Sugimoto as well. Okay. Okay. What's going on with him? Yeah, here we go. Oh my god, here we go. Yeah, what's going on here? Okay. Oh, here we go. It's just what the? What's happening? Wow. Yeah. What? What? What's happening? Wow. I feel like he's the dangerous one. These. Okay. What? Wha- Okay, I feel like there's a trap over there. What's going on? Oh my god. Damn! Yo, I just. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Not a deer though. Yeah. Okay. I don't think that's a bear. I start watching this show. I always get so confused in the middle of it. I'm like, what is going on here? But obviously. Oh, yeah, that's true. Zukin-chan, Mr. Hood. Okay, he is. I feel like. Yeah, he's kind of crazy. Oh boy. Um, is this real? Oh my god. Oh my god. This is actually happening. Okay. What the? Okay, what is going on? Oh my god. Oh. Is this really happening? I feel like he's hallucinating or something. Like his paranoia is kind of. Okay. Wait, what? Oh my god, the reveal! He's the one who took his clothes off. He's like I said. This is crazy. Yo. Oh, this is the thing that he said that it's back. Yo. Yeah. Yo. Look at that bear. Oh my, he's been doing all of this on his own. Like, Wow. And he himself becomes a bear, I think. Yeah, he himself becomes a bear. Matsuda Heta. Like split personality or something? Yeah, a multiple personality disorder. Wow, that is crazy. It took me so long to understand that he has multiple personality disorder. And it was him, actually. When Kamuy. Mhm. Oh, interesting. Oh. Oh, so he's the one killing everyone. It's not, yeah. Oh. No, no, he really was like, like he had a disorder, multiple personality disorder. Damn. Eating it. Brown bear man. Damn. Oh my god. Oh boy. Yeah. He's as strong as a bear. Damn! Yo! Oh, so he killed himself because he's like, oh, the bear is weakened. I need to kill it, but he himself is the bear. Yeah, he's like, I killed the bear, but it was him. He's the bear. Whoa. I feel like it's too late for him. Yeah. Damn, it became such a big deal for him. Oh, from the animal corpse. And that's where it started. He started. Oh, oh. Oh, okay. To take them back to only heard part of the. Hmm. Damn. Yeah. Shit, I see. Come on. Oh God. Well, we got another tattoo, I guess. Okay, that's it. Damn, this episode. The twist in the end. I didn't expect that actually. Like suddenly, like like meeting a character like this, like they did it so well that there wasn't any room for suspicion that oh this guy has multiple personality disorder. Like when it happened, I'm like, damn. So this is what's going on. Like up until that point, I was like so confused. I was like, what's going on? Why are these people acting so weird? Like, just like full chaos. And then like it struck. I'm like, oh yeah, that's why everyone's acting so weird because it's one person actually. Like when like Zukin, I think that's his name. When he was sketching and sketched that dude, I'm like, okay, it was him. So yeah, he's like in his mental like like landscape. He is like painting all these people, and he's thinking that all these people are here, but it's actually all him. Multiple personality disorder. Okay, you know what? I'm going to read the last part again because that part I feel like there's a few things I didn't understand. I need to read the last part after he got like poisoned by the arrow and he dies. Okay. Okay. He says that I beat him, and Ashipa Shirashi comes in. He says that I lured you here so he wouldn't notice. Okay. I'm guessing he means the bear. All right. He's like, oh no, leave me. I was so scared of the story of the Wenkam that I heard when I was a child. I always pictured in my head, okay? I spent the whole day working myself to the bone digging gold, and my family would waste the money before the day was up. I wanted to punish them for how greedy they'd become over the gold, okay? And one day I found an animal corpse that a bear was saving to eat for later. Okay, so that deer. I took it home and hid it where everyone's. Oh, he took the. Okay. This part I wasn't able to properly read when I was reacting. So okay, he took the animal, the remains home. Okay, not the bear. Okay. And obviously that is why the bear came. It killed my family, but before it could eat me, an Ainu hunter slew it, and its body was chopped into bits. Okay. Okay, when I was reacting to this part, I wasn't properly able to catch, like, understand what's going on because I didn't probably read that section. I was like, what's going on? Because I didn't understand. Like, so he took that remains back to his house and kept it there. And obviously, the bear came looking for its prey and attacked his whole family, and his whole family died. And then, before killing him, an Ainu hunter came and killed it. And as they say, like, the custom for Ainus for when Kamuy is, as you know, animals who kills other, like people, I think, as I think Ashiba said this before, that they became a bad Kamuy, and we don't accept their anything from them, So that is why she didn't want Reta to become that evil Kamui by killing Nihei Tetsuzo, and so he's that is why like they as they explained they cut the pieces and like throw it around the whole place, scatter it around, and that's why that Ainu hunter did the same thing here. But this became a big deal for him. Okay, after that, the Wenkamu came back to life again. There you go. This is where the whole delusion starts. To punish my family. Okay, and in the end, I was punished for my greed. Okay, he says like to punish my family as well, but he says his family is already dead. So I'm guessing this family that he's talking about is the people in his head. That's what I'm guessing. because obviously we saw, like he said, like my family died from the bear, and from this point onwards, like his mental disorder started, the multiple personality disorder, I'm guessing, and he made up a new family in his head. So then he says that the Wenkami comes back and keeps like killing my family. So the fact that his original family is dead would mean the family that he's talking about is the family in his head. As we saw, the bear comes and kills his family one after the other, the imaginary family that he has. Okay, in the end, I was punished for my greed too. I became a Wenkami, there you go, and went to attack an innocent person. And that is what happened. That is the murder that he committed, and I'm guessing that's why he was taken to jail, an Awashi prison. Okay, I wanted someone to stop me, and because you fought the Wenkami, Sugimoto-san, I can finally be rid of it. So killing him was literally his salvation, because he himself is the Wenkami. Like he wanted to kill the Wenkami, but obviously he is the Wenkami, so he never was able to do it properly. But here, since as he says, since you fought it, I can finally get rid of it. So he wouldn't have been like, he couldn't be saved if kept alive. His only salvation was in death. Okay. Now, okay, the next part he says something. No, he's dead after that. Okay, Ashipa says something here. When we live, it is said that people slain by Wenkami were taken away because the gods favored them. Okay. Alright. So Wenkami don't kill people to punish them. Alright. I think he only heard part of the stories of the Ainu, which created a Wenkami inside him that should have never. Oh, okay. It makes sense. So what Ashipa is saying here is that, like, as the stories go in our plays, Wenkami kills people because the gods favor them, but not to punish them. So he had a different version of the story in his head, which wasn't properly told to him. He only heard part of it, so he just assumed that the Wenkami came to punish them. And since that was the narrative inside his head, even after the actual Wenkami died, the Ainu hunter killed it, in his head the Wenkami kept coming back trying to kill his family because he's supposedly punishing them. The fact that this wrong information was in his head, that Wenkami kills people to punish them, unlike the actual information that Wenkami kills people because God favored them, since he has the wrong version in his head, he made up this whole Wenkami that comes back to kill his family every time and punish them. So the wrong information made this Wenkami inside of him, if you think about it. If he had the correct information that Wenkami killed the people because gods favor them, maybe this wouldn't have happened. Obviously he has multiple personality disorder. That is a very deep-seated issue. That couldn't be cured. But at least the Wenkami wouldn't come every day to kill his family in his head. Because at the end of the day, that's basically multiple personality disorder. Multiple personality disorder is what you think, like the way you imagine the whole situation, that is what's going to happen. Like basically because in your head all those things exist. So information is a big part of how it's going to happen in the whole multiple personality disorder, how it's going to go. Because if you hear, since he had the incorrect information, in his multiple personality disorder, he thought of this whole scenario where the Wenkami comes and kills them, which was the major, the thing that was actually dangerous in this situation, because he himself became the Wenkami and went on attacking people. So if he had the correct information in his head, this wouldn't have happened. He probably wouldn't have become a criminal. All that would have happened is that he probably would have been a person with this multiple personality disorder, and I'm guessing people would probably realize that he's mad, and he probably would have been taken to the hospital or something. That's what would have happened probably. But since he had a wrong information in his head, he ended up killing someone with the whole thing that happened and got arrested. Okay, there you go. Aishava says, it's important to pass on the truth properly. And Sugimoto says his lust for gold ruined his life, or maybe there's something in the gold that drives men mad. True. Okay, all right, I understood that last part. That last part I wasn't able to properly catch while reacting, so I just went back and kind of read that whole part. Okay, it makes so much more sense now. So, let's talk about this episode from the beginning. Here we begin with the weird scene. Like I said, there's a weird scene where this guy goes. I'm guessing this guy who was running away was probably a person from this guy's head, one of his family members, imaginary family members. And oh no, wait, no, 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 no. This was an actual person, I think. Yeah, because remember, he's killing people. This wasn't one of his imaginary people in his head. This is probably an actual person, and here he is the Wenkami. So here we see the bear is actually chasing this dude while he's running. But what was actually happening is, I'm guessing he, wearing a bear pelt, was probably running, running behind him, trying to attack him. That was what was happening originally, I'm guessing, because you can see this guy has that thing, that tool in his hand, which is done to pan the gold. So it's probably in the river and panning the gold. And oh, it makes so much more sense now. I understand it. You know why they kind of said that the when Kamuy also comes out near the river. That is why, because as they say, his he went mad because of the gold. And that is why his base of operation is basically near the river. Okay. And everyone thought it was a bear, but it wasn't. It was actually him wearing the bear pelt. And I'm looking at it now. They don't really show the bear in this first scene. They don't really show us the bear. We only get to see the upper part of him. So we don't know if that's an actual bear. We just assumed it's a bear. But it was him inside the bear pelt. And that is exactly why they didn't show the bear properly. And yeah, and then you see that scene where he's dead, and there's a very weird way of upward shot we're getting. That is him in his delusion. In his delusion, he is obviously he's the Wenkamui, and in his delusion he's seeing the bear eating someone, while it is actually him that is doing that. And the bear suddenly floats up and just gets destroyed. And I'm here, when I was watching this scene, I was like, okay, something weird is happening again in this show. Either someone is high on drugs or this is a dream. Turns out it was none of it. It was actually someone with a multiple personality disorder. Okay, so after that, we get to see Ashika's and Sugimoto. Everyone's back to Hokkaido. We're back in Ashika's place, and yeah, so Shiraishi is like, what are we supposed to do with the whole, if we're trying to get the gold on our own, how should we start? So Ashika's like, should we try to get the tattoos from Hijikata and Surumi? But it is a troublesome, task. So Shiraishi is like, is there any way to get some money, for travels? And yeah, so this guy, he says that there's a Kotan to the south that's asked to help saying a Wenkamu. And yeah, he explains that when people go to take pan gold, the Wenkamu comes over there and attacks. This is the thing, nobody knows, because there wasn't any witness. Everyone thinks it's a bear, but it isn't a bear, So that's why everyone's afraid, and everyone calls it the bear that comes and tries to attack people when they're panning for gold. While in reality, it's actually him, that guy. So Sugimoto's like, oh, people still pan for gold. I feel like that's a complete waste of time. I really didn't get anything. And he's like, yeah, there is a person who we got, who we know, that was able to get 50 yen in a single day by panning for gold. So there you go. Immediately Sugimoto and Shiraishi is like, fill me in. Let's do it. Okay, so next we see that this guy, wait, what was his name? I just forgot his name. The guy with the multiple personality disorder. We see him walking, and he suddenly just breaks, the whole thing breaks, and he falls. Now, you know what? I feel like I need to check here. Because we were seeing it, I was seeing it, I didn't know what's going on. I didn't really pay much attention. I need to pay attention to one thing here. Does Sugimoto, Shiraishi, or Ashiripa even talk to these people? I guess no, wait. like he was playing all the roles. So I'm guessing even if Sugimoto and Shirashi talked to these people, these imaginary people, it was probably him that he was talking to. They were talking to, and obviously Shirashi and Sugimoto Ashiba didn't realize what's going on because for in front of them, like it's only one person. They didn't realize that he's actually playing all of this role in his head. So okay, interesting. And the only person who probably would have suspected something was what was his name, Zuki. Yeah, but because he was brought into the tent and he like took off his clothes, you know, he probably would have been the one who's the most suspicious. But I guess he doesn't really speak our language, so he didn't really tell us much stuff, and we didn't get to know much information from him. Anyways, so yeah, we saved this guy, and yeah, we take them to safety. Okay, what is his name? Alright, so Sugumo's like, "Are you okay?" Like, like, and he's like, "Oh, thank you for saving me." And like this guy always gave me the vibes of that guy in season one. That one guy, the one who saw his brother getting killed by a bear. That one. He gave me that guy, like that person's vibes. Like, especially the way he kind of talked and everything. And yeah. Okay. So he's like, "Oh, this guy's so kind." Okay, Heita, that's his name. So this guy, his brother, who's apparently in his head, he's like, "Oh, are you okay?" Okay, now this part. So he is like, "Oh, brother Taka," looks at him. Okay, Shirashi immediately cuts him off. She says like, "Oh, are you looking for a gold?" So I guess people weren't really suspicious here that what's going on. Who is he talking to? Okay, so they talk about how Sugimoto and they're here to pan for gold as well. And they're like, "Can you help us?" Okay. So yeah, Heita's like, "Alright, like I'm going to show you the tricks and like how you do it." Okay, so this girl, Noriko, I think that's her name in his head. This girl comes in and she's like, "Oh, like like how like." Okay. Alright. So interesting. You saw that scene later on where they kind of showed us that he was actually playing all the parts. Is this what is happening here? Because you see Heita talking once, then Noriko is talking, and then again Heita is talking. So I'm guessing, like, obviously both of them cannot talk at the same time because it's only one person doing both the roles. So that is why you see like how both are not actually overlapping their words. One is talking, then the other person is talking, then the other person is talking. So basically he's playing all the roles. And I guess this is why here Sugimoto, Shiraishi were looking really weirdly at him. They're like, "Okay." Like Shiraishi's like, "Well, yeah, we are buddies. Just no buddies." Okay, here again, you can see this his brother, imaginary brother. He's like, "Noriko, get back in the hut." He talks. Then Noriko talks again. And then he talks. Like nobody is talking over another because that's impossible. You cannot do that. He's playing all the roles, so he has to individually like play the roles. So nobody's like overlapping each other with their words, like they're talking individually. It makes sense now. Okay, so but this one thing I don't understand, why didn't Sugimoto or Shiraishi actually point out that, "Oh, what's happening, why are you acting like this weirdly, like you're acting like a guy and then you're acting like a girl and then you're acting like a brother, like what's going on?" Like I guess they probably realized like something is going on and they probably didn't really comment on it. I don't know. Anyways, okay, so he kind of tells us the trick, the whole glass digging trick. So you basically take like a container with a glass, put it in the like water, and then you use a metal scraper to dig out the gold from the cracks. This is the way you kind of do it, and obviously Sugimoto never really did it like this. So yeah, he's like, "This is a better way. Panning, it takes a lot of time and it's difficult to find the right spot for panning." And he's like, "Oh, can you please?" She said, "Can you please help us out then?" And he's like, oh, over there, underneath that big rock, you might try over there. Okay, so over there, the Shiraishi and Sugimoto goes, and obviously it's cold water, so like hands are like freezing. So they go help take like help from Ashripa, like that hot water. Okay, so this guy, this old guy, again another imaginary character in his head, who he's playing the role of. He says that, oh, the optimal time to take like like pan for gold is like in the like like in the sun, when the sun is shining, because it'll be hotter. It's efficient to do it. Okay, so they're like, oh, so the whole 50 yen was like a lie, and he's like, no, I was the one who did it. So he tells us like what was how he was able to get that money. So he talks about platinum here. So what he says is like, do you know what I say, white? And they're like, what is white? He opens the thing and shows them. Yeah, gold hunters call gold red, and this, which we call white, is found mixed in it. Okay, so it's actually called platinum. Now here they kind of say that it's very hard, um, resistant to heat, acid cannot touch it, jewelers don't like it because it damages their tools. Okay, like I've heard that, I don't know if this is like, I think this, I've read this somewhere, I might be wrong because it's been a while. I've heard that the reason why gold, silver, and platinum are so expensive is obviously, first of all, I guess they're rare. Second is that they're like metals who react the least with other stuff. They're the least reactive, and that is why it kind of increases the value. I think, I don't know, like I feel like I've read something like this somewhere before. I might be wrong though, like, so don't really like like take my word for it, but I feel like I've heard something like this before. But anyways, so they're like, yeah, we don't really like this platinum thing, and it makes the golds worth less. And I was like, wait a minute, doesn't is platinum more expensive than gold? Like, what's going on? But yeah, this is back in those days, like, and he kind of explains that later on there's this one person who came here, and he wanted all these, like, these haku, this white, 3 yen for one monme, as much as it's like gold is worth. So he says like the reason why that dude took so much platinum is because of the fountain pen tip where he uses it. And yeah, he realized that the hard friction resistant metal on the edge of the fountain pens from overseas were actually platinum. There you go. And that's why the price jumped. And he's like, the only way to get this platinum is from Hokkaido. So these people, they thought platinum was worthless, but then it became valuable after this whole thing. And people from outside Japan also wants it, so they threw it away up until now, but now they're just like getting money from it. So I'm guessing he was able to make money from that platinum, that 50 yen. And that is why they're like, oh yes, Shiraishi and Sugimoto, like, yes, let's get it. So here, weird thing starts happening. First thing he says is like, oh, there's a bear over there. He's looking at us. So when Kamuy is back, Sugimoto and they look at it and they're like, I don't see anything. And he's like, no, he's there, obviously, definitely there. He's back here again. And yeah, he's going to attack us. So Ashripa and Sugimoto goes there and checks, and she's like, there's nothing here. I don't think there was anything here. So you can see that after that we see that Zukin is actually making a little bird picture, and Ashripa says how this bird actually like makes noise when the bear is nearby, and it's not making any noise. Chuck Chuck, I think that was the name, yeah, and leads them to the bear. So the fact that it's not making any noise, again, is an indication that there wasn't any bear here. So yeah, so they after that he's like, okay, like let's get some gold and platinum, we'll split it evenly with you, you guys help me out. And Sugimoto and Shiraishi like, alright, let's get it. And Ashripa's mad. Ashripa's like, this is why everyone stopped hunting for gold, hunting and dug for gold, and the rivers get polluted. They're not listening to her. They're like, Master Heita, thank you for your tutelage. Ashipa's like, oh boy. Okay, so Ashipa asks about the tobacco box. She's like, did an Ainu give it to you? So he says like Ainu's. Okay, wait, what does he say? I think he says like Ainu gave it to him. All right. I hunted gold. I once hunted gold with the Ainu. There you go. Got to be friends, and they gave it to me. And he's like, oh, that is why you know when the word Wenkamu. He says like when I was a child, the Ainu told me about a story about the Wenkamu. It was scary. I couldn't sleep. There you go. And he's like starts acting weird here. He's like, I was so scared, so scared. Feed my bed, and then he again says the same thing. So scared, so scared. Oh boy, here we go. Alright, now after that, okay, Ashipa says, how long has the bear been wandering here? He says, for years. Ashipa's like, what? And yeah, like here I was so confused. I was like, what's going on? Why is he acting this weird? And things starts acting like getting weird from here onwards. In comes Noriko, and Noriko's like, can you draw me, please? Come here. It makes sense why Zukin was so like, okay, goes with him. And she sits down, and obviously this is all happening in his head. Like, I mean, he's the one who's doing this. So he starts sketching, and she's like, oh, please draw me the beautiful me. And then takes off her, like her dress. I'm just imagining, like the whole scene where he's actually the one doing that. Okay, wait a minute. I think I need to check something here. Oh, never mind. I thought the mole that she had. I thought he also had that mole. That would have been a big giveaway, but never mind. It's not there. All right. So he's sketching, and the brother. Oh no! At first she's like, looks at something, and she's like, oh, again, it's here again. I threw it. The bear pelt. Like he's getting disturbed here. And his brother comes in, and he's like, what are you doing here? Obviously, he's the one who's playing all of this. So just imagine this scene is so weird. Like, he's the one who's like acting like two roles and acting like this, and then he suddenly leaves the place. Imagine how Zukin was confused. I'm sure he was confused. Like, what's going on here? And then we see this weird scene where she's like, oh, I wanted to have a picture. I could remain, I could be remembered as beautiful. And she kisses this his brother, and then we see him, Heita, is looking from a distance, wiggling his tongues. I understand why he was wiggling his tongues here. I very much understand, because he's the one playing the role. Like, it makes sense, like the reason why he's wiggling his tongues here, because in his head he's kissing, that whole thing, like that is happening. He's playing both the roles, and that's why he's just there on top of the tree, just wiggling his tongues, because in his head he's the one who's kissing. Oh my god! Like the realization as to what's happening here is just, and then he just jumps. You know why he jumped here? Because the next scene we see that his brother is dead. So he became the bear here, I'm guessing, and he jumped on top of his imaginary brother and killed him. Like, oh my god, I'm understanding now what's happening, why he was acting this weird. Like, he was doing all of these things. And from, an outside perspective, when you're looking at this for the first time, you'll be weirded out. You're like, why is he doing this? But now it makes so much sense why he's doing this. Because he's doing everything. At first he was that person, that's why he was wiggling the tongue, because he was kissing, and then he became the bear. And that's why he jumped from the tree on top of the snow where no one was there. But in his head, his brother is over there and he's a Wenkamu. Okay. So they're like, Shishachi and Sugimoto's like, where is Master Heita? And, okay, so Ashipa's like, let me go and look. She goes. Okay, now you can see the brother here, I think. He comes to Zukin and he's like, obviously it is him, like Heita. And he's like, Come here, over here. Those binoculars, top of that monkey chair mushroom, it's yours, isn't it? So he's like, go there. And I was like, oh, this is definitely a trap. So, like he goes there, tries to go there. And okay, this part I actually don't understand. Why did he lure Zukin over there? Like, it was a trap made for a bear, wasn't it? So, oh, maybe he was trying to kill him so that, in his head, he would again paint a narrative where the bear came and killed this guy. But it would actually be him because he's the one who killed him. Oh, I think that's probably what was going on because that is why he was luring him out. Like, obviously, directly, I doubt he could have done anything to Zukin because he's strong. So, that is why he probably tried to lure him out there to kill him so that in his head, he would be like, oh, the bear got him. Something like that. I don't know. That's just what I think. I might be wrong. So he triggers the trap. The arrow almost gets him, but Ashriba comes and like saves Zukin at the nick of time, and she tells us like what this trap is. She's like, trees trapped with an ampopo will have holes made in the bark, and others way to recognize them. Make sure to remember that, Zukin. And she's like, someone put it here to catch the deer, but the brown bears are still in the dens. That is why. I looked around in a wider area where Heita was, and you can see Heita's just running away with the bear pelt in his back again. Okay, so after that, you see Shirashi and Sugimoto looks at that bear pelt, and that's why they're like, oh, it's a bear, but it was actually him, obviously. So this part is so funny now that I realize what's going on. Sugimoto's like, oh, I saw the bear. We have to protect Heita. And while we see here, Heita is walking, and he suddenly is like, ah. I was so confused here. I was like, what's going on? Now it makes sense. He probably, in his head, he saw his brother died and the when Kamuy attacked. This is probably what was happening here. He's so surprised and scared because in his head, he's seeing his brother is dead and the when Kamuy has attacked. I think that was what was going on. That's why he like makes that weird face, that scared face. Okay, so they're trying to look for like Heita and the bear. So okay, so they try to split up. He's like Sugimoto's like, we'll defeat the bear. So you go and find Heita. Shirashi's like, okay, and they, like take Zukin-chan with you. So yeah, there you go. Like I said, Heita in his head painted this whole scene where his brother is dead and the bear has come and is eating it. Obviously, none of that is happening. He's like playing all of those roles on his own. So in comes Noriko again, which is him. And he's like, oh, tries to save Noriko. And Noriko's like, oh no, Taka-san was. And then that whole kiss happens, like that part. And I was like so confused at this point. I was like, what is even going on here? Like, I don't understand what's going on. And then Noriko gets attacked by the bear. Obviously, yeah, in his head. And he's like, oh, it's all your fault, sister Noriko. He runs away and bumps into Sugimoto. And Sugimoto's like, did you see a bear? And he's like, no, we need to run, or you will be the next. And Sugimoto's like, I will protect you. Where's the bear? He's like, they're going to eat me. And here is the revelation that happens. And this is why everything makes sense. Shirashi goes and realizes what's going on. He looks at Zukin's picture and he sees it. Okay. Here we go. Noriko, Heita's like, they even ate sister Noriko. It's my fault. I'm the one who brought the Wen Kamuy. Sugimoto's like, Master Heita, who are you talking about? Like, who is Miss Noriko? And yeah, Shirashi looks at the person, the sketch that Zukin is drawing is actually Heita posing like that with his, with the tattoo. And he's sketching it, and everything makes sense here. I'm like, oh my god, this is what's going on. So yeah, everything that was happening here was being played by him. As we see, like, he's the one who's playing all the different roles. He's the one who was like, "Ara ara, what a unusual group." That thing, that dude, everything was him. And he was also the one. Do you like my body? Yeah. Okay. This part I actually don't understand. Like, I guess the whole kiss was probably him, like just wiggling his tongue. That was it. Because obviously you need two people to kiss. You cannot do it alone. But yeah, that is what we saw. He was on top of the tree, wiggling his tongue, and then he just jumps. He becomes a bear. After that, jumps into the snow. Oh my god, this is so crazy. And then like Ashif was like, "That is a bear pelt over there." And someone was like, "Oh, you're the one who's carrying this." And he's like, "No, I keep throwing it away. I burn it, throw it in the river, it comes back again." Because, yeah, that is in his head, that is a Wenkami coming back every day to punish his family. And he's like, "Oh, everyone run! The bear is coming." And yeah, like here they realize that the Wenkam is actually him. And here he just lays down on the ground and the bear pelt falls on top of him. And you know, he's acting as if he's dead. The bear is eating him. And then he becomes a bear. He gets up and he becomes a bear and attacks Sugimoto. Okay. So here we get to listen to his story from, what was the name of that guy? Kadokura. Yeah. Okay, Matsuda Heta, one of the death row inmates at Abashiri. You wouldn't believe that guy. I remember him very well. This freak would change the way his voice sounded all that time. Once in a while, he tried to act like a sexy woman. It was disgusting. Once he told me something that there were many people inside of him. There you go, multiple personality disorder. And he was always scared of this brown bear he saw was stalking around outside the prison, and he would always be like, "It's outside." Okay. He's like, this when Kamuy comes attacking and eating the people in his head, one after the other, which is his imaginary family. And he says that, and you can see he's like kind of curling, and he's like, in the end, the Wenkami will eat me and take over. And that's what's happening. He gets eaten, and the Wenkami comes back every day. And when that happens, I'll go hunt someone. I have to kill them to make it so. So interesting. So what's happening is like, he gets killed by the Wenkami. He becomes a Wenkami. He has to go and kill someone else as the Wenkami, and then he comes back to himself. This is the cycle that has been happening. So that is why he's dying, as soon as he died, in his head obviously he's dying. He's dying, as soon as he dies in his head, he becomes the Wenkami. And to become a human again, he goes and kills a human, and that's why, those people are dying, and everyone's like, a Wenkami is here, because nobody knows he's the one who's killing them. So he kills a person, and then becomes a person. That is, he becomes himself again. And then again he gets killed by the Wenkami. And during that time, while he's getting killed by the Wenkami, the people in his head, his family also gets killed by the Wenkami at the same time. And he becomes a Wenkami. And then again, this cycle repeats. Crazy. Okay, when I kill a person in the real world, there you go. My body explodes into pieces that fly all over the mountain. And then I go back to the old me. There you go. Becomes a Wenkami, kills someone, gets destroyed, becomes himself. It happens again and again, again and again. There you go. And yeah, this guy, I forgot his name, this Ainu guy, he says like, where I am from, when a Wenkami is defeated, we don't take its meat or its pelt. We chop its body into pieces and scatter it all over the mountain. That is what he was referring to. And he says that when the Wenkami is taking control of me, trying to get me to escape from the prison. And he's like, look at this. These tattoos are on my body. I can't even remember where he got them. So obviously, like, this is back in those days. We didn't really have that much explanation about these things, because nobody knew what these multiple personality disorder and all that stuff. So Kadokura's like, oh, he must have been just crapping. Like, he's just full of crap. And then he says, but if you look at the records for the trial, he was found wearing the pelt of a brown bear, ripping apart the victim's body, taking their flesh and eating it. And that's why he's called the brown bear man. If what he said is true, he's doing this all over again somewhere. Okay, so yeah, that is what he's doing. He's trying to attack Sugimoto now, to become himself again. And that is why he had to die. He had to die because you saw like he put the pelt on top of him. That is how he died. The Wenkamu killed him. And now he's the Wenkamu. That is why he's attacking Sugimoto, to get back to his original form. But this Sugimoto we're talking about, he's not going to die like that. So Sugimoto stops him, and you can see that he's very strong. Sugimoto stabs him multiple times. And in his head he's screaming. There's the Wenkamu screaming. And he's like, good, the Wenkamu is weakened. And partially he comes out, I guessing, a little bit from his head. And he's like, oh, I can kill this Wenkamu. So the fact that Sugimoto kind of dealt a little bit damage to him and weakened the Wenkamu, in his head, he was like, oh, the Wenkamu is weakened. Now I can kill it. Because in his head, he is both the person and the Wenkamu. He is both the person trying to kill the Wenkamu, and he himself is the Wenkamu. So when he saw the Wenkamu is weakened, in a weird way, he was like, oh, I can take care of this. But since he's the Wenkamu, he ended up killing himself. And he triggers the poisoned, thing. It gets him in his, throat, and he's like, yeah, I finally killed the Wenkamu. And everyone comes in, and Ashipa's like, okay. And he's like, I beat him. I lured him. I lured you here so he wouldn't notice. There you go. So she says that we should take the poison out, and he's like, no. No, leave me. Because, yeah, he probably realized what's going on. Like since he's dying here, he probably realized that all of this thing is happening is actually him. I was so scared of the story of the Wenkamu that I heard when I was a child. I always pictured it in my head. And here, I kind of read this part before, the first part of the discussion. I read this part, and yeah, there you go. It makes so much sense. So basically what happened here is that he heard the Wenkamu's story, and he's been digging gold. His family just wasting everything. And then one day he found a remain of an animal which a Wenkamu killed. So he took it back to his home and kept it over there. The Wenkamu came and killed his family. Unfortunately, he didn't die. Before he died, Ainu hunter came and killed the Wenkamu, destroyed it, and just threw the pieces everywhere, scattered it everywhere. This is where the mental disorder, the multiple personality disorder started. He started seeing, making his own imaginary family in his head, and every day he saw the Wenkamu coming and killing his family. And, okay, where's this part? Just a minute. Yeah, and the reason why the Wenkamu was coming back, as he said, is that he thinks that it was because the Wenkamu wanted to punish his family. So there you go. None of this would have happened, this whole killing part at least, becoming the Wenkamu part, if he got the correct information. Because as Ashipa says later on, it's not that Wenkamu kills people to punish them, but to take them to God. So that is what the correct information is. He mistook it, and he thought that the Wenkamu comes to kill people, to punish them. So in his head, for his family's greed and his greed, the Wenkamu came and killed his family, his imaginary family, every day. But if he got the correct information, that it's not that they are killing the family to enact punishment, but to take them back to God, he probably wouldn't have, in his head, this wouldn't have happened probably, and this killing probably wouldn't have happened. So that is why Ashipa says in the end that it is important to tell, correct information, give correct information. Otherwise, this is what would happen. And that's where it ended. And in the end, Sugimoto says, maybe the gold makes people mad, and that's why this is going on. And yeah, that's where it ended. Brilliant episode. Another really good episode. That twist was crazy. I didn't see that at all coming. And when I realized it, while reacting, none of it kind of registered in my head, because the fact that I realized it and then I had to get used to what's going on. So that is why I had to go to the discussion section and little by little read the whole part, and now I understand that what's going on. You know what happened and what is the like full story. Crazy story. I love how Golden Kamuy does this. Some crazy twist always comes in 1 or 2 episodes, and like some crazy story comes with that, accompanying that. And this is one such example. Great episode. So that is it, guys. Thanks for watching. This was my reaction to episode number 8, yeah, of Golden Kamuy season 4. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And yes, that is it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Golden Kamuy. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.